Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. How are all of you? It's good to see all of your happy, smiley faces all around the world. This is our entertainment lifestyle talk show series that is almost 1 year old. I can't believe we've been doing this. Over 400 and I think 420 episodes we have done live, just about 7 days a week. There's only a couple of times we haven't been on. Maybe a television project called me away, or maybe it was a family event or a holiday, or maybe it was my second dose of the vaccine, which we just got 2 days ago. So we made sure that we were off the day of the shot and off the day after the shot. This is the third day and feeling good. Really no reactions. Maybe just, the typical stuff they talk about, fatigue. Maybe you get some achiness or whatever, and you want to sleep. But really, that's about it for me. The first shot, really nothing at all. No arm issues, nothing. So very, very lucky. But it means the immune system is really working. And again, so we're good to go. And then after the second shot, it's 2 weeks after that you're fully vaccinated and or protected for as long as we know. So cool stuff. So we are in the Vaxxed Club now. And again, we took yesterday off and the day before. And so many of you I know missed us because you were posting in our Facebook group, JMS Live Levity Hall, and on the Facebook page, Jim Masters TV, and on Twitter and Instagram. And so good to see you guys and to still communicate with all of you, even though we took a quick 2-night off from the show just to relax and chill out. Because when you do get the vaccine, you should rest and you should drink plenty of liquids too and just chill out. Don't do anything, too crazy. And so that's what we did. It was nice to have that time too to relax. Of course, we were preparing upcoming shows and getting other episodes ready because we have 2 shows tomorrow. We have Andy Sandberg live from Florida, South Florida. He's the CEO and artistic director of the Hermitage Artist Retreat. He's joining us tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, legendary Emmy-nominated actress Lee Purcell is on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Andy's going to be here at 3 p.m. Eastern. Lee is going to be live from Los Angeles at 7 tomorrow, so 2 shows tomorrow. Then on Sunday, Ryan Kelly from Celtic Thunder, live from Ireland, is going to be here at 2 p.m. on Sunday. And then comedy legend Judy Tenuta is going to be with us live from Los Angeles and Hollywood on Sunday night at 7 p.m. So we needed the last 2 nights off just to get ready for that. How's everybody doing? We welcome you. We toast you. We have a brilliant actor and singer joining us. He was in Jersey Boys and Bat Boy and so much more. He's also dabbling in real estate in beautiful Florida. Devin May is here. Yes. And we toast all of you. We welcome you in style. We always toast our audience. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series that we started almost a year ago, coming up on our 1-year anniversary towards the end of April, early May. We're planning our anniversary special. And I do this work professionally in television, radio, and stage as a television, radio presenter, personality, host, radio host, TV host, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist. Been doing this work for a long time on television and radio. And we created this entertainment lifestyle talk show series, sort of harkening back to the old school talk shows, the Dick Cavett's, the Johnny Carson's, sort of that warm conversational style. And we mix it with the modern vibe and a modern twist of today. We've got a lot of comments. We're very international. We have viewers who call themselves the Lovities. They call me Mr. Levity. They call this Levity Hall because in the summer I was saying the show is about light, love, and levity. Slipped up, said Lovity. And since that day forward, everybody fell in love with that word. And hey, that's pretty cool because I think the world could use a little more levity about now anyway, right? What do you think? So the Lovities are here, and anybody watching, we would love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. There's over 400 episodes of our entertainment lifestyle talk show series with incredible guests, amazing conversation, inspiration, and so much more. You can see it all there on our YouTube channel. So subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the amazing content, not only JMS Live, our entertainment lifestyle talk show series, but also other content we have on that channel as well that we continue to share with the world. So give it some love and share it as well. Devin going to be with us in just 2 seconds. First, we always like to check in with some of our viewers around the world. Paul May is here. Is it true Bat Boy was spotted in the Everglades? I was checking in on that, Paul. We'll have an answer from our special guest in just a moment. Dexter May is here. He was adopted by a Bigfoot family. We're going to confirm that in just a second as well. Lisa May, see, she's a lovety already. She's already giving virtual hugs. Willie in Holland is here in the Netherlands. Willie is one of our regular loveties. We welcome Willie. Merlin in Canada, in Ontario. Hello, Jim and all loveties. She's here. We welcome you as well. Nice to see you, Merlin. Merlin also welcomes Devin to Lovety Hall. You're now a lovety. Marilyn asks, Uncle Dex, is that you? We'll find that out in just a second, too. Crystal is here. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show, an inspiring conversation, and lovety. Good to see you, Crystal in Connecticut. Ann Wozniak in Jacksonville, Florida. Matter of fact, Devin is in Florida as we speak. Hi, Jim. Hope you're feeling very well. Missed you these past 2 days. Hello to all lovely friends. We are feeling great. Just a little tired still, but we'll get some good sleep tonight. Hello, lovely squad from Merlin. And Kathy in Cleveland says, happy Friday, Jim and Loveties. Welcome to the weekend. Good to see you, Kathy. Maureen in Arizona. Hello, Jim and Loveties everywhere. Happy Friday. I'm so thankful for light traffic this afternoon so I could get home in time to be here for the start. She rushes home from the hospital where she works in Arizona to make sure she doesn't miss the Jim Master Show live. We love Maureen as much as we do Juanita in South Africa, who watches all the time. Hello, Jim and Lovety Squad. Happy weekend. Good to see you, Juanita. And Marilyn is here as well and says, yay. Christine Clifton is here. Welcome back, Jim. Hello, Loveties. Welcome, actor, singer Devin May to the JMS Live tonight. Welcome and looking forward to a great conversation and music. And our dear friend, good to see you, Christine in North Carolina. June is here from New York City / Maryland soon. And June Rachel Sanaspa, our dear friend. Hello, all loveties, and Devin is wonderful. Get ready to have a great night. Absolutely. Kathleen is here in New York City as well. Hey, Jim, hope you're feeling good. Happy to see you and all loveties. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ambi is here. Glad to hear your vaccine went well. It did. It really did. We're happy about that. Nice to see you as well, Ambi. And Amy says, hello, all lovelies. Looking good, Jim. Glad you are well. We're nice and comfy today. We've been comfy the last 2 days, not wearing any, things that are, form-fitting, just casual today, post-vaccine. Good evening from Kansas, Sherry Larson. Good to see you as well. And Marilyn says, yay, cuz Devin. So why don't we welcome Devin to the show? He's got a big mug of something in front of him, and he's at his home studio in Florida, and we will welcome him live right now. Devin, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us, my friend.
Lovely to be here. Sorry, lovely to be here.
Lovely to be here. That's right. You got it. Exactly. Now, for those who are watching, you've been in so many incredible film and television productions, theaters, national tours, regional, Jesus Christ Superstar, and of course, Oz and Sunset Beach, Temptation, Bat Boy the Musical, which people have been referring to, Jersey Boys, The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, Warrior, 1776, Grease, West Side Story, Wizard of Oz, Little Abner, South Pacific, The Flintstones, Pirates of Penzance, and that's just the short list. But it all goes back to lovely San Diego, California for Devin May, right? Who was little Devin May growing up in San Diego? And when did you first get that little tickle to want to go into performance and theater and entertainment?
Well, I'd always, hi, by the way. Hello, everybody.
Hello and welcome.
Hello. You know what? I'd always wanted to do something in entertainment, but at a young age, I didn't know exactly what. I love the Three Stooges. My mother had, as I was growing up, my mother would always play Danny Kaye movies. Oh yeah, Abbott and Costello, all the old black and white, all the old black and white movies, and then and just the beautiful movie musicals. And I was like, well, that's something kind of fun. But when we moved to San Diego from Orange County, we were building a house. We were in a very sort of rural area, Vista, California. And since all of our money was going towards building this house for us, we were living in trailers on our land while we were building our home. So it was very, very rough out there.
So you thought
But
that you were pretending as a kid you were on a back lot somewhere in trailers, like on the back lots?
yeah. But
That was training. You didn't
snakes,
realize that was training.
yeah, exactly. The snakes made it exciting. But no, what happened was I'd played in the band and I'd sung in choir in most of my schools that I'd been at. And my parents said, well, we can't afford to rent a trombone anymore because I played the trombone.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And my mom said, I don't know, something that doesn't cost money.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And then
Let's see.
I did a Christmas musical at my middle school. I was 12, and I fell in love right there. And
Do you remember what that musical was?
I think it was called The 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, sure.
And I was drumming in a Boy Scout outfit, singing a song about something, I don't know. But that was a long time ago. But it 38
Did you have
ago,
dreams of you were there in California, were you dreaming of Hollywood?
Yeah, and I lived in LA for a number of years, and had some really great fun out there with small TV projects, doing stuff on soap operas, Days of Our Lives, Sunset Beach.
Yeah.
And I got to do some day playing on that, and it was lots of fun. But I mostly stuck with musical theater because that's where I felt most comfortable, and it was always taking me away. I was always going to do regional shows because we had the Civic Light Opera circuit in those days. And what was so wonderful about the CLOs, as you call them, they were always running, and it was such a close knit group of performers that you would get to see people either in a show that you would work with someplace else in the state of California, or you'd get to work with them again. So we would just travel up and down Santa Barbara, all the way down to San Diego, and get to do summer stock and like Sacramento Music Circus. That's one of the most fun places to work. So if anybody gets a chance to work out there, but we were there when it was still a tent, and now it's some sort of semi-permanent structure. But so I couldn't rent a trombone, so I got into theater, and then there was the Moonlight Amphitheater, which was in Bringle Terrace Park, and it was ran by Kathy Brombacher, who turned out to be my high school drama coach. And and from then on, I mean, she taught us what it was really like to be, on a professional stage, and the kind of dedication that we needed, it gets me emotional thinking about it. But here, I'll put on the man glasses. So
there you go. Now you see us.
But, yeah, exactly. You're a little blurry. But so from that point, it was really kind of a no-brainer for me because it just was always so much fun, and it didn't feel like a job. And then the next thing I knew, I had a career. And it was always, of course, competing against not only my friends, but some of the biggest stars of the day who would come out and do CLO shows. And so that's when I got my equity card. Actually, I got my equity card 25 years ago yesterday, and that's my child.
Wow. Oh, yes, that's right. 25 years ago yesterday, you said?
Yesterday, yeah.
Congratulations. Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it when you were 5?
Yes, exactly. I was in Barnum. We were doing a production of Barnum, and I was the baby.
Well, that's what I say. When I tell people my affiliation with PBS and all, I tell them, yes, I started on Sesame Street.
I got to, when we were doing Jersey Boys in Vegas, I got to do a series for PBS, and it was about physical fitness and and youth, and just trying to encourage them to get out and be more active. And it was specifically sort of towards Vegas because of the heat and the different things you have to do to stay safe in that kind of environment. Harsh environment.
So, right, exactly. As he drinks fresh water. So then what took you, when did you head east?
Well, I had moved to Los Angeles in 1992 after living in Kissimmee, Florida for 9 months,
Yeah.
thinking that
You were going to work for Disney?
Well, no. We were going to go be on a Nickelodeon show.
That's right. They were doing, what was it, Double Dare, and all those shows were Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, you would see a new show on Nickelodeon, every few weeks, because they're like, all right, let's just think of something, go down there and do it. And it was a little bit harder than we thought, we did have some fun. We did go to Disney a lot. We went to Pleasure Island when that was a thing. And then I moved back to California and went to LA. I said, okay, we'll give LA a try. And that's when I worked at Disneyland, and in 1994. And then I got a job playing Barney Rubble in the Flintstone show at Universal Studios. And this was when the movie came out. And so I got to wear the brown dress and the blonde wig and, hey, Fred, do all that stuff. My uncle, everybody, I never do that voice. But yeah, I did that for a number of years. And right after that show, because it was so great to work at a theme park.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to work at a theme park. And it's great education. Because I worked in the parade department at Disney. I think I'm still under some sort of contract. When you sign NDAs with Disney, I think it's for life and in blood. But yeah, so it was so wonderful working at Universal, because any one of the agents or any one of the managers or even producers, directors, casting directors could come and see you, and to be, in some form of production, because it was pretty high tech. I mean, we rode around in a pterodactyl. It was pretty amazing. But I did Bat Boy through that. I had gone on a whim because I was doing, of all things, I was doing graphic artist work, because I draw, and I've had a couple comic series that I've sort of dabbled with, but nothing ever too crazy. That I put on a couple things, but I was doing some graphic artist work for my friend Derek. And he said, hey, I just read this script. You should give it a read. I think it really is, it really suits you. So I read it, and it was Bat Boy. And I immediately connected with this script. And
you didn't think of baseball or anything else, right?
No, everybody does. I was like, what is it about baseball?
You were Bat Boy? Like, what team? Right.
Right, exactly. But no, after reading the script, I went down and auditioned, and I had long hair, and just a California surfer boy, and we all clicked. Everything just clicked in that production. Everyone, Larry and Brian and Keith Farley, who wrote the script, just clicked, and we got to do the production in LA. And then in '99, we got to do our reading at the Directors Company, and it was so much fun just to be in New York. I mean, it just felt like my head was gonna pop off. I think I maybe slept 15 hours that first week I was there. It wasn't great for me, but it was lots of fun, because it's just like the energy. And it was the first time being there since I'd been in high school, where I had a wonderful experience. And now, someone who is a friend of mine, Nick Wyman, who I'd seen in a show on Broadway,
mutual friend,
bought the adults in our group some champagne on New Year's Eve in 1986, 87, and then get to work with him, so many years later, some 10, 15 years later, get to know him and just sort of be accepted into this world that, was just sort of a fantasy up until this point. So yeah, I came to New York in '99, and then moved there in 2000, and then we started rehearsal for the show
for Bat Boy.
Because
which is incredible, isn't it? I mean, that's what a huge opportunity. You know what I mean? Upon arrival.
It was really amazing. I mean, I felt like the winged prince of the city for a while. And but it was 2001, and then of course we all know 2001 we had some pretty horrific things happened, and it affected, you know, our show specifically because we were down on 14th Street, we were down in Union Square, and so
yeah,
it
very
was
close to
very close. And you know, without going into, you know, too much gory detail, it was just a, you know, it was just a little, because it was a show about gory details, but it was just a little bit too much of an ask for a show to be open down there. So unfortunately, the show closed. But I got to do it again in 2004, 2005, in England, in the UK, at the Shaftesbury Theatre, which is amazing. And I was actually in Yul Brynner's dressing room.
Really?
And it was painted mauve, kind of like, you know. And and I was upset because up until about a month before we got in there was a jacuzzi in the dressing room that they had kept in there because Yul Brynner insisted in every dressing room he was in, he had a jacuzzi. So they actually installed a jacuzzi in this dressing room, and they took it out a month before I got there. My luck, huh? But yeah, I lived over in the UK for a little while, for a little bit over about a year and a half. There he is. Who's that guy?
Who is that guy?
I still have those pants. You know, if anybody wants to, bid on those pants, you know, to raise money for something. What were you talking about? We're doing some charity work here. What do we need money for?
Dexter May chimed in, and Dexter May says he was adopted by a Bigfoot family.
Well, that's probably true.
And Paul May says, is it true Bat Boy was spotted in the Everglades?
Yeah, well, you know, he gets around.
So I figured, you know, I'd wait till you came on so we can confirm whether or not that's truth or fake news or.
Oh, it's all true.
It is all true. What was it like taking on that role? Because that was really something quite special, wasn't it, to have that opportunity to take that on?
Yeah, it really was. It's kind of an actor's dream to be given, because the role was not only about, you know, singing and eventually becoming this foppish, you know, sort of earnest character, very earnest person, but creating physicality for Edgar. Is it raining outside? My goodness. Wow, it's raining in Florida.
It's raining in Florida, and it's not 2 PM. Usually it comes at 2 PM and then dries up in 10 minutes. And, hey, Devin, looking great from Dannon, LA for you.
Hello, Dannon, LA for you. So, yeah, it was really great because Keith Farley and I directed the original production. Keith Farley directed the original production, not I. But then we worked together for hours in the Green Angel space at the Actors Gang Theater, working on what would a Bat Boy move like. Would it be apish? And he would sort of watch me and say, "No, that's Ape Boy. No, that's Mink Boy. No, I think that's a little too much rat." And so, you know, I had to step back, and I thought, okay, I can't just sit there and be a bat, because it's not that bats are boring, but they do a lot of cleaning, a lot of preening, and they sleep a lot. And so, you know, I took my dog, who incidentally was named Edgar, and then I had a Maine Coon cat, and then I took a dog and a cat, and sort of like a chicken, and then the innocence of a child. And we were able to finally put those things together into finding this very innocent, wide-eyed, frenetic dog-cat child. And it was, you know, it was a great journey, it was a decade of doing Bat Boy, you know, here or there. It took me all over the world.
We actually have a clip from Bat Boy, I believe, in New York, and we're going to take a look at that right now. And get ready, folks. June had said that she loved it when she saw it, and here is Devin doing his thing. Bat Boy. Take a look, gang. Enjoy on the Jim Master Show Live. Welcome, everybody. Devin is here. We're here. Put some extra ice in your glasses and let's go. What did Tom Snyder say? Something like the color teenies flying through the air.
He used to say the colored Tinas flying through the
The
air.
color teenies. By the way, you've got your glass in your hand. Let's toast. Welcome, my friend. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. I look like I have a very expensive fancy martini in this glass, don't I?
This is vodka.
Is that vodka?
No. But
this is just some light fruit juice.
Of course.
That's all it is. That's
lovely,
all it is.
Florida water.
It is Friday.
It is.
All right, folks. Live from the Everglades. I mean, New York. Here's Bat Boy.
I'm sorry that I'm not inside of your you. I'm
I like how intently you were watching. Were you reliving those moments?
I was just trying to see me. No, yeah, I was great. Yeah, that kid needs a tan. That's all I'm saying.
So what was it like being Bat Boy, taking on that role? Just want to show you some of the levity. Oh, Dan in LA for you says it's Dan Glosser.
Oh my goodness, Dan.
That's who Dan in LA for you is. Yeah, watching
Dan,
live.
I thought it was just a lover of yogurt who lived in LA.
Dan in LA for you.
No, Dan is wonderful. Yeah, Dan is wonderful. We've been friends for a good long time, and actually, he worked over at Paramount when we would come in and do any kind of promotional stuff. Anything that Paramount was connected to. Dan was the, if I'm remembering correctly, his exact position. He was the music copyright supervisor, president, potentate, bigwig, and so
Yes.
Yeah, so he was always around when we were on shows. It was wonderful to get to
That's
see
good
so
that
many
he's
people that I
here.
knew. Yeah, it's
And
lovely.
that's why we always make sure when we do this show, we test, especially on YouTube, any
Yeah,
material in advance for copyright because it gets tricky.
yeah.
Sometimes you have stuff given and you can't really do it. Music clearance too. I was pre-pandemic. I was on a
Hmm.
television shoot in my professional work in television. Claudia Bartow is here. Welcome, Claudia, and as you should. Check the clearances and copyrights beforehand. We always do. Yeah, I'm big with that. And sometimes I have to tell some guests, I said, no, we can't air it unless sometimes what a guest does, especially if they're like a musical act or something, and they want us
Hmm.
to air their music videos and all that. What they're able to do is they're able to have their distributor and the publisher, the distributor contact YouTube and release the actual if there's a claim or something, they can release it, but it has to come from the artist and the distributor, and then goes to the social media platform, whatever it is. There's a chain of
Hmm.
command, which I try to tell some of the guests that you have to follow in order for it to be usable on the air with live streaming and things of that nature as
Hmm.
well. Yes, you're right. Finally, you can sing happy birthday after many, many years. You couldn't even sing it on the air.
He
I think
knows
that's why
different
sometimes in
everything.
restaurants, they would sort of alter it. Like if you went into a restaurant, there's a restaurant chain on the East Coast called Friendly's. They
Hmm.
wouldn't sing happy birthday to the person dining whose birthday it was. They'd go like, happy, 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 happy birthday, birthday. Like they would tweak it a little bit because I don't think you
Hmm.
could. Now you can sing happy birthday all you want because it's past the time. I guess it's in
I
the
didn't know
public
that.
domain. Oh yeah,
That's the
yeah.
first time I'm hearing
Even
that.
with doing like this, we always check in advance.
Hmm.
We run it through the systems to see what's clear and what's not. And sometimes there's some fantastic stuff that has copyright on it and you can't use it. And then we'll have to tell the guest, well, we can only use it if you contact your distributor publisher who's really
Hmm.
working on your behalf. They're working on your behalf, and let them know you want this aired on the show, and then they will contact the social media platform or YouTube or whatever, and then YouTube will release it, which is great. But you
Hmm.
can't just throw anything on. I know that. Well, I know that from working in television and radio too. You can't just air anything just because it's there. You have to
Yeah.
make sure that it's a. But as far as Paramount, really, really, I know it's a learning curve. It's a learning process for so many people now, especially with all this virtual and this whole new world for a lot of people.
Right.
Um,
Well, the good thing is that
it'll keep
Dan.
somebody like Dan very busy.
Well, Dan has taken the the golden ticket, and he is now
Oh, he did.
living a
He
life.
did.
He's living the life of Riley in Los Angeles.
Ah,
Dan is
very
just traveling
nice.
his face. Dad, he's traveling his face off. But enough about Dan. Dan.
Enough about Dan. Well, at Paramount, which was really cool, I was at Paramount.
Yeah.
We were filming in Burbank, and it was
Uh-huh.
a television. It was an interview I was doing with this renowned visual artist who is 91 years old, and
Hmm.
she has a beautiful home studio in Burbank. And then a couple of my friends work at Paramount. One of them works for the Dr. Phil show, and they said, "Jim, you want to have some lunch?" There's a Mexican restaurant across from Paramount, which is right across from the building where Lucy and Desi used to do I Love Lucy. And it's a very
Oh, wow.
popular little Mexican eatery right across from Paramount. And it's like Desi, it's like Lucille Ball Way or something like that. And so he said, we'll eat
Hmm.
there and then we'll check out the lot, the Paramount lot. So when we were there, it was really cool. And what was really, really, yeah, this is funny. He goes, enough about me.
That's Dan.
Devin got it to you first.
That's funny.
Which was really cool, which I didn't realize. My friend that was taking me around Paramount, because, working in television and everything, was very fascinated by it all. So many
Hmm.
shows came out of those buildings, and still do. He was showing me the parking lot in the center where all, employees and others park.
Mhm.
And it sort of dips down, and then this huge cement wall And he said, you know what happens here, Jim? I said, what? It's, they park, right? He says, yeah, but when they need like an ocean scene in a movie or a show, the cars are removed and they flood the parking lot, and then they, superimpose or whatever they do with the wall behind, and the actual ocean scenes are filmed right in this sort of sunken in parking lot where the employees during the day normally park. That becomes an ocean scene for movies. Really, really cool.
Yeah, good.
Yes, you got it.
That's for sure.
El Adobe. Yes, that's right. Lucy's El Adobe. That's where we were. Yes. Yeah. Paramount's fantastic.
One last thing about Dan himself. So he worked with Joan Rivers and was very, very good friends with Joan. Was her pianist, her accompanist, her partner on stage for many years. So we all love Dan.
We just had Martha Bolton on, and Martha Bolton has a book celebrating Bob Hope, and she was a guest a couple of weeks ago. She's fascinating. I think she's from Nashville originally. She wrote a good deal of the jokes for Bob Hope, Phyllis Diller, and Joan Rivers.
Phyllis Diller.
And Joan Rivers as well. She wrote a lot of the jokes. And what they do is, they write the joke, and then the comedian buys it. If they like the joke, they pay the writer for the words.
Does that still happen anymore?
I don't know if it still does. I don't know how it works now, but that's what they used to do. They would buy the jokes. So Bob Hope bought them. She wrote this cool book about all the years Bob spent, supporting the troops with the overseas shows for World War II and everything. There's really, really, you and I think we are 1 degree separation in so many areas as far as the people that we know.
Probably.
It's really cool. We have more of Bat Boy. We got another clip of Bat Boy we wanted to show, which is really, really cool. And then we've got a couple more surprises here too. Here's more of Bat Boy, gang.
We'll turn you into a proper young man in no time. Here is a cat.
Hit a cat.
There is a goose.
There's a goose.
This is a rat.
Sitting a what?
And that is a moose.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-boose.
The cat crept up behind the goose, but then away it flew. The rat was jealous of a moose who loved a kangaroo. The cat and rat gave up and found a flat in Timbuktu. And now, review. We read the whole way through.
Cat goose, rat moose, kangaroo, Timbuktu.
Understand?
Yes, I do.
Good for you. I'll show you a thing or two. I'll teach you to name it.
Name it.
Oh, sure, it's tough, but you'll tame it.
Tame it.
You'll soon complete it. Oh, wait, don't eat it. I'll show you the way it's done. Then I'll leave it to you. And what do you know? You may show me a thing or two.
How's that go?
Fine, we're working on etiquette.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Lovely, and you?
Lovely, and you?
Won't you sit down?
Won't you sit down?
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
The weather would be perfect if it weren't quite so hot.
Hot.
I fear we're out of sandwiches. That butler should be shot.
Shot.
But won't you stay the night? We're having dinner on the yacht.
Yacht.
Now ready?
What?
Or not?
Not.
Show me what you've got.
I'll deep kiss, hand, pull, chair, look, bland for the tea, passenger.
Are we clear?
No, man.
Hi, honey. I'm home. How's Edgar coming along?
This week has been a little rocky, dear.
Let's try flashcards.
Champs-Élysées,
Parthenon,
Great White Way,
Everglades.
Berlin Wall,
Autobahn.
Carnegie Hall,
Escapades,
Pentagon,
Golden Gate.
Amazon,
Rio Grande.
Taj Mahal,
Empire State.
Wailing Wall.
Disneyland.
Let me have a word with the boy. I'll show you a thing or two. Sure, kid, you feel weary. Head's all fuzzy and bleary. I know you're leery, but here's my theory. Keeps a lug, and that's how it's done. Soon you're bound to break through. And what do you know, you may.
Wait a minute.
What do you know you made?
I think I've got it.
What do you know you made? Show me.
Bridge, Linens, Watergate, Rainbow Room, Ruby Ridge, Liberty Bell, Bering Strait, Bates Motel, spotting his father when anchors away, love story, key log, the remains of the day, Genie, Pomona, Rossini, Otello, Bellini, Wayne Shorter, and Elvis Costello.
Mom, Edgar just finished his essay for his high school equivalency exam.
I I will discuss Copernicus, who ruined all our fun and showed we're just a ball of dust that limps around the sun. Which brings me then to Darwin, when he bent us out of shape, as he began to prove that man is nephew to an ape. We were annoyed when Dr. Freud declared it's not a soul, it is your blind subconscious mind that's always in control. But I submit that any twit, if he has eyes to see, can seize his fate, self-educate, and turn out just like me.
Shirt, shoes, pants, vest, can't go out there underdressed. Collar pressed, look your best, and won't they be impressed? 'Cause you're sure a thing or two.
I was dirty and rowdy,
Rowdy,
even dressed a bit dowdy.
Dowdy.
Now say howdy to Silver
Rowdy. You'll show the way it's done.
but no applause. I
Not through.
what do you know? One shot.
Turn to
Something
color.
had to be.
Can be
What
told.
do you know?
Show 'em all a day.
From the
Wasn't that fantastic? Absolutely. Now we have a very special guest, a surprise guest who's joining Devin live from Florida. Let's see who's behind door number 2. Wow.
Well, hello.
It's a Devin Mini-Me. Who do we
That's
have
right.
there?
This is Macaulay James Carlson May.
Wow. Welcome
he is
to
our-
the Jim Master Show Live. You're now
Thank you.
definitely a lovity.
He's the loveliest of lovelies.
How old is he?
He's just 16 months old, and we really made the journey down here, in the interim now, because we were running out of space in Brooklyn, as you know, and we came down here and we thought, what, we need to hybridize, our not only our careers but also our. I'm gonna put down for a second. A lot of our things that we were doing, because when something happens like what happened, what is happening, you really have to take stock about what you're going to do next. And I've been really lucky in this life to see you later, kid. I've been really lucky in this life to be employed and not really do anything but musical theater for 27 years. And so now, having everything that happened with Broadway, with summer stock, with
Everything's stopping.
film and TV, yeah, and so it really became something that I had to take stock. Yeah, I really had to sit back and take stock and say, what can we do, to make Max? We call him Mac, to make Mac's life, the best that it can be. And right now, we thought space, family. We have lots of family out here, and just a little bit more of space and outdoors, because we were in Park Slope, lovely place. Love the
Which
neighborhood.
is in New York, for those who are watching outside the tri-state area.
Yeah, and so, but it's in Brooklyn, and we had a wonderful place, but it just wasn't set up for a family. It was set up for a couple.
Yeah,
And
right.
we just couldn't find a way to find a new place that. So we decided to make a journey down here, and also because my uncle, another uncle of mine, Carl, he's somebody who has been in real estate in Florida since 91. I believe he started the company here. But he's been in real estate since the 70s, and he'd always wanted me to come work with him, and I was always busy. And he called me up one day and he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, and he says, "You want to come work?" want to come work in Florida? And I was like, maybe 6 months. A few months go by, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, yeah.
Is that how he does it too? Hey.
Oh
what are you
yeah.
doing?
Hey,
He
what
does
are you
that.
doing? Yeah. He's like, wait, you making any money? I was like, not really, no. And so he convinced me, as well as, I mean, we couldn't, we didn't know what to do next.
Right.
But we came down here, and I've started my course into becoming a real estate professional.
Real estate professional.
And I'm working with his site, because he's been established here. He's been doing commercial and industrial real estate, as well as private home sales as well.
All over Florida or greater Orlando,
all
Daytona?
over Florida, internationally. He has there's something that he's part of working on, and it's connected with people in Dubai, and it's an international. It's a very international idea, and it's one of the big things that that his company and eventually our company will be focusing on. But right now, what we're doing is we're retooling the site, and it's if I may, it's primesiteusa.com, and
that'll be $5,
right now,
please, in small bills.
you got it, no problem. It's in the mail.
When I come down to Florida to visit the family, you just take me out for some ice cream there in your secret location.
Actually, Donnie's Donuts. You ever been there?
Ooh. No, but I've been to Cowlick's Ice Cream in Daytona Beach on Daytona Beach shores, which is really good there. But
You'll
the
take me
donut
there,
sounds
and
good.
I'll take you to Donnie's Donuts, because they do handmade donuts, and you can just basically, they have several ones that are on a menu, but if you ask them to do a special donut, they'll do it for you. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
so you made a transition in your life.
Made a transition, but it was at a point where I just turned 50, and so I know, right? Great, but
that came quick, huh?
It really did come quick, and but it was something where, like I was saying, about creating a foundation that is not so easily controlled by by sort of the forces that are out there, like everything that's happened. And so, so finding, and since I had done this my entire life and basically been a salesman for my own self, promoting my own self,
self-promoing and marketing and
for all
resumes
years.
and reels and demos.
Yeah. And so it's nice in one respect. It's nice to sort of remove yourself from being the center of focus, because of when I did Jersey Boys in Vegas, it was 8 years with maybe 6 months off from the national tour to the company in Las Vegas that I was at for so long, and it became such a different way of life than anything I'd ever experienced. Having a sit-down show in a city like Las Vegas, and being able to create this life out there. What eventually happened.
Jersey Boys,
Jersey Boys in Las Vegas. But
how did that happen? How did that, even going back, like, to even how the Jersey Boys opportunity came your way? How did that happen?
Well, I got an audition through my agent, and yeah, you go, Rob Graham, out in front of the Paris. No, I'd gotten an opportunity to audition, and I'd seen the show, and lots of fun. Gosh, so much fun. And I'd seen the show, and just fell in love. And I saw Christian and Hoff, and there's Eric. Yes. Saw Christian Hoff, and I was just blown away. And I was like, my God, this guy is just brilliant. Wow, and I just fell in love with the show.
Yeah.
And then I got the opportunity to audition, and I just worked my butt off. I worked as hard as I could to find the quietness of Tommy, but also the rage. Hey, thank you, Denise. also the rage, and then also the how caring, how big of a heart he had. He just, he didn't always make the best choices, but as the story goes, there's four sides to each story. Look at Travis. What's he doing with that chin all the way up there? He's like, that's my key light, right?
He's ready to make a very special godly announcement.
Yeah. Now Travis, Travis is actually still in Las Vegas. And what I was going to say is, being in a town like Las Vegas, it's very gambling centric and entertainment centric, but it's very fickle when it comes to entertainment because of the changing appetites for it. So for a number of years, for about 10 years, 12 years, we had book shows in there, and they were very popular. These book shows that people would come, and it was Broadway West is what we were calling it, to ourselves. And it was really a great opportunity for people to come out to another, established town and be able to have good paying jobs, have a great place to live, and no offense, but not having to pay New York prices. And that's what I really loved about being out in Vegas. And I was always being a California boy. My father, if he's watching, he used to drag me to all these, he would take me to all these trade shows because my father was a salesman. And I would go out to Vegas all the time, go out to Lake Mead. So I fell in love with that place. When I got the opportunity to go, I went. But after my journey with the show in Vegas was over, which was the end of 2014, November of 2014, I just kind of looked around and I thought, well, either I could come here, stay here. And I kind of made a good call because, I have friends out there that have transitioned into real estate and other aspects of, business. And they've done extremely well because Vegas is a burgeoning town still. The valley is still growing. But I moved back to LA and, sort of pulled up roots and Katie and I, we moved out to LA and then eventually moved out to New York. And again, because I thought, well, you know what? LA, I don't really see a lot of musical theater opportunities out here. And I know that's really my lane, Right. And so went back out to New York and got to do, gosh, boy, I'm 50 already. And what am I thinking right now? Like Scotland, PA. I got to do Scotland, PA, and that was a really good time. And it was something that, it was my first time actually ever being an understudy, but I got to understudy a couple roles. And so I was like, well, you know what? I see the writing on the wall. Not so much, no one's going to hire me or I'm not going to work. But I was like, I need to find a better way to be, secure within myself. And then having Mac secure within our family. And so I
like the way your voice changes and gets lower and softer as you're going deeper. I had to find a way. I had to think about what we were going to be doing next. It's funny. It's interesting how you transition into that as it matches what you're saying, the textures of how you're saying that vocally.
I like how you leaned in. You even leaned in, even though you're wearing headphones.
Yeah, that wasn't easy. They may pop off my head at any second.
But
nobody move. Don't open any windows.
Right. But what's been great about actually stepping outside of the city for a while is you get to, sometimes you have to leave something you love to know why. And so, and I had that thought the other day because, turning 50, you're like, whoa.
Happy birthday from all of us at the Jim Master Show.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. But it opened my eyes to some things. And like I was saying, you really got to do what makes you happy and find your bliss, but, also support your family.
And so, between the turning 50 and then everything we've experienced over the last year, that alone has been time to reflect, teachable moments. What do we want to do next in our lives and next chapter? And then the turning of the age as well. You had several things coming, where it becomes reflective, right? What do we want to do going forward?
Right. And so being given this time, in a weird way,
Yeah.
being given this time, not having the pressure
Right.
of what do you do next? Because in this business,
Going on tour and
yeah, and having the wonderful opportunity to feel pressure about and having a timeline and also the schedule and having the framework of 8 shows a week.
not seeing the family and spending time. Now there's a child involved. Yeah.
Right. And so we have actually, he was born on December 9th, 2019. And so, not too soon after that, we were, pretty much locked in our apartment. And so we got to spend every day watching our child grow and change. And it's been so wonderful. Been amazing.
A lot of artists I've been talking to have been saying that they miss being on stage. They miss being amongst the people. They miss being able to do their thing, but they're also saying it was a blessing because they could breathe. They could do other things in their life that they've been missing and, finish that book they wanted to write or whatever it is, take up a new hobby or just spend time to refresh or reboot and think about things in life that matter most. And so some of them have been saying it's been a blessing in a way, because whenever would we have such a great pause like this to breathe and, spend time with family and reassess the way we should be, which hopefully is more empathetic and compassionate going forward.
Most definitely. And what it, on the other end of it now, what it's shown me is just, not only how much do I still want to do, theater and perform, but how I can also hybridize that. I've been experimenting with baking, cooking, and actually building things. I used to do construction back in the day in San Diego. As a high school student, I would strap on my tool belt on the weekend and go build houses. Actually, my father and I built our house together over 3.5 years, he and I, with subcontractors. And so it was a great experience, great bonding experience. And so, but what it's shown me this year or so, that we've been forced to take a break from a lot of things. And like you said, reassess. It's just shown me how I still want to, be on stage, perform, because it is my therapy. It's how I stay sane, really stay connected to myself by being other people.
And express yourself too, right? By being other people.
Yeah.
I know. That's an interesting.
I connect to myself by being other people.
Right.
But
that's right. You
so,
get away with a lot of things you couldn't do as yourself when you're other people.
True. And and so to get to experience this life in a wholly different way, than I had been the past 30 years. I didn't have, as you don't get holidays. You don't get to go away for weddings a lot of the time. You don't get to go to, vacation. A lot of the time when you're doing piecemeal work, you got to be around. You got to be around. You got to be in town if you want to go.
You got to jump and go. Yeah. When the phone rings, jump.
And so this has been a great time, to relax and to breathe. And it's also given me the opportunity to explore this avenue, which is, land development. And as I just had a little bit of time because we came here in February, because we around, we thought we don't know exactly, what is going to be happening, and that's okay. We're going to go make something happen for ourselves, which we did. And, just in this short time, we've been able to find some really interesting projects to start to work on. One of them is, we're going to be doing a carbon capture piece of property, about 80 acres, where we're working with some new, not untested, but we're working with some new, seldomly tested tropical and subtropical forests, jungles, plants that capture carbon at a higher rate. And so being open to this whole new world of helping to make the world a cooler and safer place by working with carbon credits, that's something that I feel connected to as well. And so it's opened my eyes to not only having, the existence and life on stage. I used to think, gosh, I can't ever do anything else. There's no way. What would that even be like? But now, this last year, it's giving me the opportunity to explore more of who I am and what I could be. And that everything that I do with here, it's still there. Right. And that I can go back whenever I want or whenever they'll have me, and so it's opened up. It's open in a weird way. This pandemic has opened up my world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's incredible. Really. Absolutely. In so many different ways it has. Yeah.
And the mantra for me is to be of service. That's be of service. And so that's been something that's really sustained us through this last year, trying to, be as helpful as we can to whoever we can.
Exactly.
And we've also received, so much support and so much help emotionally, through family, and just, really been given the opportunity to, explore, relax, raise our child. It's weird. Because you're right. The pressure's not there. It's not a vacation. Believe you me, we're not on vacation, but it's just, it's different. It's unlike anything I've experienced. That's
so you basically have gone from Jerry Lewis to Dean Martin.
Exactly. No, actually, I got to work with Jerry Lewis in Las Vegas on a couple of, charity events and telethons, and we would go and we would perform. That was another great thing about Las Vegas.
When you were doing the Bat Boy in that clip, there was a Jerry Lewis-esque sound to your voice. It was sounding very similar to a Jerry. Right. There was a little bit of a little bit.
It was the teeth. I think it was the teeth. Those fake teeth.
The teeth did it.
Yeah. But Jerry Lewis, another one of my, my idols, my heroes. He was all that you'd watch when you were a kid, on the 3, 5, 7 channels we had, and got to get to know him a little bit. And he was not health-wise doing great as I got to know him, but he was always out there plugging away. Every time he'd go out there and help people be on stage, but he was still just sarcastic. And what you see in the movies is of course the very homogenized, very clean version of who Jerry Lewis in a way that I knew was, because man, could he be blue if he wanted to. He could be blue. And that's what surprised me is I'm waiting off stage and he was kind of hanging out, and he came up to us in the wings and he was like, "Knock him dead, kid. Get the F out of here." And it was just, he was kind of playing on the Jersey Boys thing, but he didn't say F. He said something else. But it's huge. Like, there's kids watching. But that was such a treat,
Yeah.
And basically being told to F off by Jerry Lewis was a wonderful
thing. It doesn't get any more real and authentic than that, huh?
No, it doesn't. So it's been...
Now, when that happened, when you got that blessing from Jerry Lewis, I had heard in doing our research that that really got you going. That really got your juices going and your adrenaline going, and it actually lit your fire.
Oh boy!
Hi, my name is Devin May, and I'll be singing "Light My Fire" for the Doors, and I'm staying at Hotel Irwin in Santa Monica.
Venice.
Venice.
Oh no. Okay.
In Venice. You can edit that in later. You want me to say it again?
No, no worries. And then you can sing.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Yeah, come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah, that's
I like
so funny. I was like, what?
The way you the way you had the glass, it was like freeze frame.
Yeah, exactly. No, actually,
So
yeah.
tell us about that. Wasn't that a great
Well,
segue from Jerry Lewis?
Oh, it was wonderful. No, we I was going to a hotel in Venice to take a vacation, and they said, hey, if you sing a song and put it online, we'll give you like a 15% discount. I was like, yeah, sure. So and maybe they were running some contest. I don't know. My gosh, that was 2010. It was 11 years.
Was it
ago.
really?
Mm.
Time flies, I tell you. Time flies. It's amazing.
Mm.
We've got another clip here. Now, this one is a quickie. I think it's like 30 seconds or something, but it's Ragdoll like Jersey Boys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We shall see.
Is this like being in a fucking time machine or what?
Little
One of
clip.
my favorite lines.
That's like,
When we were on, as we, Des McAnuff is a great.
as we
say no, because I was thinking about something. But Des McAnuff is a great guy. Lots of fun. He's sort of he's a boy in a man's body, and he's I think he's always going to be that 15-year-old kid that loves rock and roll and just wants to go out there and just go crazy.
yeah.
But Des was always giving us a little bit of freedom in that show, and he would be like, "Hey, try this line," and we'd have Rick Marshall, the writers, the book writers, Rick Ellis and Marshall Brickman. They would pop in, and we got to hang out with Bob Gaudio, Frankie Valli, Tommy was around, and so they would come in and they would say, hey, we want to try this new line. When we were in Orange County, they wanted to try, hey, Vegas, hey, Tommy, how's Vegas? Hey, Vegas, how's Tommy? Hey, Tommy, how's Vegas? And, the line was, like Siberia with tits. That was the original line. And I guess one time in Orange County.
Does that not sound like a play? One time in Orange County.
One time in Orange County at the Performing Arts Center there. I don't know why I did it, but Eric Bergen was there for it, I believe. Yeah, I don't know why I did it, but I said, instead of, is this like being in an effing time machine or what? I don't know what I was thinking. But I said, is this like being in a mother effing time machine or what? And the audience just went, oh no, you don't say that word. You don't say mother effer. No. And I can just feel the eyes, and I was like, oh, that was a mistake. That was a real mistake. And they were, I think Rick was there that night. He was like, no, let's not do that. Well, they were very kind. We
The
had
way they
lots of
worded
fun.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Marilyn says, "Oh," and Denise says, "Love Jersey Boys." And Merlin
Yeah,
in Canada
me
says,
too.
"My kind of music, Jersey Boys." And Anne says, "My favorite, of course, is Cherie." Austin Field says, "These are great stories." And let's see, more coming in here. Rhonda Murphy is here. Good to see you, Rhonda. And Woo Hoo and June with smiles and Rhonda with claps and Willie with claps. Amy goes, "Those eyes, woo."
Woo woo.
June says her uncle grew up with Jerry Lewis. And
Oh,
Austin Field says another excellent show. And My Hand to God, Jersey Boys, one of my all-time favorites.
the guy. Right.
Yeah. Denise says happy belated birthday. Joey Lorenzo in New York says hello. Denise says
Hey.
hello. And when you had your lovely child on, Marilyn goes, cutie, awesome.
Yeah.
Anne in Jacksonville, Florida says he is precious. Merlin in Canada, baby lovety. Amy says, what a cutie. That's pure lovety. Amby says, adorable. Kathy Short in Cleveland, Ohio says adorable. Juanita in South Africa, cuteness. Kathleen in New York City, what a cutie. See, what happens is when you bring either a pet or a child in, you're second class now. That's the way it works. Look at all the lovity for your child. Well, hello, sweet little lovity and adorable and fantastic. And
you know,
that's great.
Being a father, being a parent, it's amazing.
Look at you see. Did you see what Mary Beth wrote?
No, I have not aged 1 minute since high school. I've aged all the minutes. Every single minute that's been around, I've been aging. But no, being a
dad,
parent, being a father, being a dad, I love it. It's amazing feeling. It's an amazing gift. And you know, it's funny. I didn't know too many children before. No, I never really. You know, a lot of my friends didn't have kids, or busy, and you know, kids that they did have, they couldn't go out to the bars at night, so we didn't hang out.
Right.
Or the clubs. But now, I mean, of course, it's my child, but it's just, it's such a gift. You can't get irritated. Sure, you can get upset, sure, but you can't get irritated. But you're usually only upset with yourself because, like, why don't I understand how to do this? There we go. There's Mac in his shorter days. You know, he's nearly 3 feet tall, and he's 16 months old. He's a very, very tall child.
That is amazing, huh?
It was my only wish. You know, my only wish is to just let him be taller than me. Just let him be taller than me. And he's almost there at 16 months. There we are. That's in our little place in Brooklyn. We're celebrating bringing him home. There's Katie. Yeah. Having her first drink after 10 months of not drinking.
And labor and all the things that come with it. Yeah. Late nights.
We were there with our good friend William McCauley, who's good friends with Dan. And I think Bill is watching the show, and that's who Mac is named after. Our friend Bill McCauley, William McCauley, who is a Broadway performer, who was in Chicago? Was it Chicago? Yeah, he played Billy. So he was in the first national tour back in the 70s.
First national tour.
Yeah.
Who's this guy here?
I don't know, but he's done sexy. That's me in a tank top. Beth.
That's me in a tank top.
That's me in a tank top. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's from 2000, 21 years ago.
Was this for a show or was it a photo shoot or?
I think it was actually I lost a bet and I had to shave my head.
Okay.
So, no. That was from a headshot session. Beth Kelly, who actually lives in Florida. I should actually contact her. Beth Kelly took those photographs. She had a premier headshot business back in the 90s and 2000s in New York. So she happily took some photos for me, and we just kind of hung out. But interesting story. I did save her life.
Did you really?
I did. We were out at a bar.
Sorry, we've run out of time, but thanks for joining us, Devin.
Bye-bye, see you later. But it was, she said, "You saved my life." And I was like, "Well, no, I just pulled you out of the way of a cab because, we were just having a great time, and nobody was, everybody could walk. Everybody was fine. But she just was looking at something, doing something, and she started walking in the middle of the street, and this cab was just coming along, and I went out there, grabbed her, pulled her back, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And then she was like, "Oh, you just saved my life." So, hi, Beth.
Did she buy the next round?
Yeah, that's where that picture comes from. Well, no, she took some pictures of me. That's why I think she did it for free.
That was the picture
she
for
wanted
free.
She wanted to give me a little gift.
That is very cool. Yeah. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that continue to inspire you, my friend? I mean, you've done theater and film and television, and do you have a preference? Are you always a theater kid, or do you enjoy dipping your feet into film and into TV land as well?
Yeah, I do. I really do enjoy working in film and television. Most of the time my concentration has been on musical theater. It's been my bread and butter. And I'd much rather have, a job where, you can go back, build a rapport, and have a longer run. And that's what I sort of got used to. But the film and the television work is always exciting. We did a couple things in Las Vegas as Jersey Boys. The other guys were in it for a few minutes. I did Paul Blart and Mall Cop 2. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I also did a movie, Lay the Favorite. And the character that I got cast as, initially, had quite a bit more to do. Then, of course, as anything happens, editing. Some things go and some things stay. And so it's always been even like that movie Temptation that you brought up earlier. I had quite a bit to do in that film, but unfortunately, they had to edit and change things around. And I had one great scene, but I've always found a little bit more luck with theater, but I've always wanted to dip my feet further into film and television, and something that I finally found the space to do is embark upon a YouTube venture, podcast venture that we just started basically, formulating, and it's going to be centered around not only real estate, but also theater and also entertainment. And so we're just kind of, what are my hands doing? I have no idea what my hands are doing right now.
Looks like you're making pizza. You're ready to throw the dough in the air.
Actually, we dabbled with starting a bread company, a bakery as well. But that's a lot of hard, intensive work, early mornings, and we already have a baby, so no.
You'd be rolling in dough.
But hi.
Amy says you'd be great in Hallmark movies.
I love those cards.
And Amby says, I watched Paul Blart 2 just for your scene.
And but
you're leaving him hanging.
Yeah, but
and
there's a lot
don't
of
worry, this isn't Yelp.
There's a lot of things in the works right now, but it's taken us, like I said before, it's taken us stepping outside of the city and pressure. And what are we going to do next? We have a child.
Were you fearful?
Was I nervous?
We like, okay, it's a big move. It's a, are we sure? Did you pace the living room a lot beforehand, or was it like, you know what, let's just pack and let's give it a shot?
No, it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make ever. And we didn't want to. We really didn't want to have to leave the city. But when I spoke with Katie and I looked at Mac and I looked at what's going to be a sure thing, and I know that, you know, moving down here and having an alternative career and hybridizing my life was at least new, exciting, and something that I could do right now. That didn't involve, you know, sort of the fickle nature of our business. So I was able to make that decision. And it was one of those things where, you know, after not making a decision for a while, because you didn't have to, it felt really good to make that decision. And, you know, moving ain't that hard. Not that hard. But my plan is that, you know, when things start to open back up and as things start to, you know, become open to the public,
there's more life happening.
Once life, starts to come back at its full pace. Yeah, I mean, I would love to work on projects, come up to a show. The last thing that I worked on was a show called Broadway Vacation. And we were supposed to, well, at least the production was supposed to be going forward. We did a couple of readings, and actually I got to work with my old friend, my young friend, Carrie Butler, again, being in that show. And actually I kind of got involved with it and working with David Rossmer on Scotland, PA. And he's a great guy, love him. And we've been keeping in touch, and he's recently informed me that you know, plans are back on again. And so I looking forward to the future. 2022 is looking like the year of that production, and you know, the hope is that, you know, my involvement with it will be happening, and be able to work with all my friends and in this wonderful show. Lots of funny people. Gosh, lots of funny people. But I'm okay also with, you know, working and developing this new venture, because I think that success begets success. And I think that, you know, as long as I'm feeling good, the things that I do have a good feeling. And you know,
write that
and that's
down.
what I want to write that down. Somebody, Dan, make a song out of it. But Jude, write some lyrics. But no,
she will.
like, you know, I know. Yeah, I'm actually looking at a show she sent me, which is very exciting, because the dream is, like with Bat Boy, the dream is to come in to New York, to this big market with an original show that's accepted and loved, and becomes this, you know, this following of people that discover and then have almost feel like they're part owners of this show. They own the experience.
Like they've invested in the idea, right?
Yeah. And
concept.
That's what's so wonderful. That's what's so wonderful. And that's what I always found, because people with Jersey Boys would do the same thing. Like, they were like, you know, this is my music, and, you know, and they would have this great connection. Getting to meet so many wonderful people in Vegas, because, you know, it's so easy to get in and out. But I'm walking with Danny Aiello, and he's like, you guys are great, you know, wonderful. And he's like, look at me. He's like, I'm all in silk. I love Danny Aiello. God bless him. But, you know, I'm all in silk. Look at me. And just to have those moments of, what? Who is this guy?
Danny was great. Yeah, he was amazing.
And even he felt an ownership of that show. Well, you know, he owned it more than most people, just because of his lived experience. But having that be something that happens to me again, I would feel extremely lucky. Thank you. I feel extremely lucky to have had that opportunity previously. And hopefully we'll get the opportunity again with either Broadway Vacation or something else in the future. But, you know, I know that you can do theater and you can perform, act. You know, it really, there's no age. There's no age that you can't do it at. So, yeah, I mean, the worry of,
There's always voiceover.
I'll just say it, the worry loss of not youth, but the perception of youth, you know, because I always had this problem. When I was 30, they were like, well, you should play 18-year-olds. I was like, I am a 30-year-old man.
Yes.
I am not an 18-year-old
I'm a seasoned
man.
veteran.
Yeah, so, you know, you get in your own way a lot in this business. And moving down here and really getting myself out of the way has brought a lot of clarity. It's brought a lot of clarity. And you know, when you asked if you were fearful, if you were worried, did you pace the hall? We had a very long hall for pacing, actually, in our apartment. That was actually the biggest room in the entire place was our hallway.
It was the hall.
And yeah, and
this is Lovety Hall.
and this is Lovety Hall. That was hall ball. That was where we would play soccer with Mac.
That's right.
But no, I was more worried about getting eaten up in the machine. You know what I mean? Getting eaten up in the machine that is the system, that is New York, that is, you know, and losing yourself in, and this is something that I, you know, just recently came to think about, losing yourself in all these other characters, in all these other people. Because I could say, yeah, I lost myself in Tommy DeVito. I mean, you had to. He's such an intense character that you had to.
Exactly.
Go deep with that. And I became really close friends with Tommy, and you know, unfortunately, we lost him this year. And he had complications of corona and some other things.
It's kind of like Nick Cordero on Broadway too. Yeah. And
so, yeah, I mean, that was eye-opening too, because you know, we have the time that we have. And
Nick was, I think, only 40. Yeah. Picture of health.
Yeah, I mean, like, and so we got to take every opportunity. So, in that first year of everything that was going on, you know, we baked bread, we gained weight, we drank beer, we raised a baby, and that was great for a little while. But after so much time, you got to do something.
You got to
and
get
that's what
out
was
there.
coming down here woke me back up, because I felt like I was asleep. But initially, when Broadway shut down and everything happened, I went, well, actually, it's not. Well, actually, I can relax, as we were saying. So, double-edged sword.
Do you love the ocean too?
Well, yeah, I grew up around it, and that's another thing, is that we wanted to set up, you know, really a base here. Because we have lots of family, uncles, cousins
That are in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, that are in Florida. And
was that part of the reason to go to Florida as opposed to anywhere else, is because there are family connections there as well?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's familial connections it just makes things so much easier, because you get introduced into an environment of people that already know you and your family, and the rapport is there, and so we feel very welcome here. Yeah, right. I mean, New Smyrna, Daytona, Port Orange, the places that I've really explored so far. Wonderful people, very kind people, all very health conscious people. You know, there's a lot of people talking smack about Florida, but everybody here, they're all very safe, which is crazy. Tax. yeah, but I mean, like, just health wise and very health conscious.
Yes, whenever we visit family in Florida, the sky is bluer, and you don't want to be in the house. You actually want to be out. You want to be outside, active. Every time we visit relatives and our family in Florida, we don't want to be in the house. We want to be out playing tennis at the beach. We want to keep active.
We've got a beautiful backyard here, and we've actually got papayas, sunflowers. We've got so many different kinds of things coming in right now.
Have you
mostly
been to the
summer
Ponce
crop.
Inlet Lighthouse?
Yes, I did.
Isn't that
I went,
beautiful? We were
yeah,
there.
actually,
Yeah,
there was a wedding there that day, and
that is a beautiful.
mhm,
The
it was
view
lovely.
of the ocean and the surrounding areas there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and yeah, it's wonderful. So yeah, we grew up. Both Katie and I grew up in California, around the beach, and you know, we wanted to give Mac the same opportunity because we didn't see, you know, what opportunity in the immediate future we would have, you know, in the moment. And so yeah, so moving down here woke me up. Moving down here let me reassess and let me get away from the noise, the cacophony. Even though it was quiet, there's still a lot of noise
So
in New York.
there's
Still a lot
this.
of energy, and you know, and you feel like you have to do it. And you know, just because you know things shut down, you still have to pay some money if you want to live someplace. You know what I'm saying?
You're
And
right,
so,
exactly. Right.
so all those things, all those factors came to play, and yeah, we feel it was a good decision. You know, because you can always go back. Because I had just come back in 2018. And I've been doing a lot of gigging and, you know, working with a lot of friends and doing concerts, which is always a lot of fun. You know, as you know, doing any kind of one-off gigs and concerts.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, because you
You
get
have a blast.
it's you and you get to sing and you get to really just interact with the audience. And,
Right.
you know, luckily being in shows and having to have that fourth wall. But when you do a concert, knock it down. So one of my goals here, actually, performance-wise, is to sing the national anthem at the Daytona Speedway.
The 500, huh?
Well, not the 500. I mean, there's lots of
But
races.
just at the speedway itself, huh?
Yeah,
On
but I mean,
International Boulevard.
yeah, and you know what? I'll take the 500. I'm sure that'd be great.
But to
Because we used
just
to do it
sing
in
it
Vegas.
there.
We used to do it in Vegas all the time.
Yeah.
And
NASCAR
I
and
did it.
everything, right?
Yeah, I did it for the Dodgers, and you know, it would just be fun. And not only to, you know, sit there and sing it, but promote myself, promote my business, and promote, baby.
You're a local now.
Yeah, yeah. And so setting up a home base here, and you know, we're not. I don't know which the camera's opposite, so I'm like trying to do my hair.
Well, it's interesting. However you do it, it bounces right back.
Plastic is amazing, right?
Real cream.
All
A little dab will do you.
100% plastic. 100% plastic. All vinyl. Yeah. But no, setting up a home base here, and we're going to look at some other properties on the Gulf Coast. And that's what's really exciting about what's happening in Florida right now, as far as construction. And just like Las
It's really
Vegas,
growing.
just like
Yeah, Orlando is
like
booming.
Idaho,
Phew.
Orlando is booming. But now, and you know the area, going out towards the beach. I mean, in our area alone, we're at right now, 64,000 new homes are being built. Right?
Right there.
There's another one. There's another one. Oh, another one. And what's interesting about it, just from the pure investment standpoint, they're built differently here. They're not, as they call them, toothpicks. So
No, they're hurricane proof. Yeah.
Right. So they're concrete block and they're rebar and they're concrete. And what's happening is, you know, I don't know if you know, but you know how much wood is these days? I tried to build a birdhouse the other day. No. You know how much wood is? I tried to build a little birdhouse. It was like $150 just in materials alone. So wood is very expensive right now. And
that and the cost of spinach is through the roof.
Spinach. How did you know I was going to segue into Popeye?
I was just about to say, we bought a can of it at the supermarket. It was like $2.09 for a can. $2.09 for one.
A can of spinach?
Yeah.
Well, hey, you must love your spinach. But so yeah, so the main thing is to, you know, to set up a really great home base here that I can operate out of. I initially thought that was going to be Las Vegas, because we, you know, we had a lovely home out in Las Vegas.
No. Do you miss it? Do you miss Las Vegas? Or
yeah, yes and
they
no.
took a hit with the shutdown too.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I got a lot of friends out in Las Vegas that we had done the show out there, and they decided to stay. Lots of friends, and they're doing extremely well. because real estate is booming. A lot of them went into real estate. Real estate is booming out there. But they build their houses out of wood. So you know, because new construction is going to start to stop, but not out
And
here.
there
And
is something about being by a coast. I grew up on the coast too, in the Northeast. There's when you've grown up on a coast, it calls you back. It calls you back.
And I'm at that place right now as Katie. Katie is one thing Katie is doing. She's starting. She's doing astrology. She's actually been doing a lot of astrology readings for people, getting her chops up, learning how to read charts, and doing a whole bunch of other things. Discovering this talent during
I'm a Libra with Virgo rising.
Well, hey, you know what, Jim? Actually, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. Go to her Twitter with your Twitter, right? Are you on the Twitter? You are on the Twitter. I know you're
Masters
on the Twitter.
TV, yeah.
Oh, I follow you on the Twitter. And but
on the Twitter.
Go to her Twitter, DM her, follow her, DM me. Give me some of your details, like where you're going to be, where you were born, your birth time, the day, those kind of things. And she can actually do like a little reading for you and just have a little fun. You can talk to her.
Cool.
And it's just something that's it's really interesting. And so, you know, all of these
What are
elements.
you? What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
My mother's an Aries too. So what has she, when she did you, what did you find? What did you?
Now, Jim, I didn't know it was this kind of show. But anyway.
When she prepared your paperwork, when she ran the numbers and looked at the moons and the whole thing. What did she discover about you, and what did you discover about you?
Well, that's the thing, is that it's constant discovery, because you know your chart is constantly in motion. I don't know as much as she does, of course, because I don't know, because it's hard to keep all that in your head, but she somehow does it. But I'm an Aries with a Leo rising, I believe. And I learned that I am right now in my Chiron return, which is, I am 50. And at 50, you have your Chiron return. And it's like, you know, it's sort of wounded healer, heal thyself. And I found that really interesting. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess it is time to heal in more ways than one. For a country to heal, for a nation to, you know, come back together and be able to celebrate life and levity, you know, but being able to really experience each other once again. And so, you know, that's what I'm finding. That's what I'm doing right now, is, you know, my Chiron return, my intense time of healing, and I welcome it, because it has been this wonderful time of introspection. Because in New York, the energy is so that you can ride it, but can you really stop and smell the roses? No, not during the winter. And so, and so getting down here, I've been able to take stock, and enjoy the process of feeling the healing energy coming back, and that, you know, manifests in so many different ways. So I challenge you, Jim Masters, to get your chart read by Katie, because she'd love to do it, and it would just be fun, you know, bring us closer. That's all.
Very cool. Very cool. I like that idea. I know with Libra, we crave balance and harmony, and we see both sides of a question. So I tell people, you know, I should have been born on Venus, because that's the planet of love. Earth is not necessarily harmonious and balanced. And then people say, no, you don't understand. We need Libras, because if we don't have you guys balancing and harmonizing things, this place is going to implode.
Well, I mean, just for example, you know, you doing a show in the way that you do is a very Libra thing to do. You're finding balance. You're finding balance. And there's, you are. Actually, I very much get that from you, you know, in the exchange.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
She
And
just whispered at me, Leo Moon, Scorpio rising. That's what she told me. I'm Leo Moon, Scorpio rising. But yeah, you do. You bring a nice balance between people. It's nice. It feels good,
Merlin,
Jim.
Merlin loves your facial and hand expressions.
Really, Marilyn? Do you really love my facial?
Yeah. There you go,
Well, thank you.
Merlin.
Right. Just for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to be a unifier. I'm not really an extreme on any. I'm not really an extreme with anything. I'm always looking to bring the extremes together. I mention it often on this show, and I tend to be in the middle, looking for ways to take the polar opposites and bring the. I should live at the equator. I'm usually in the middle, and bring the polar opposites
Right.
to some sort of a understanding, and let's all go out for ice cream after type thing. It's really cool. It's really cool when you look inward and study yourself a little bit, isn't it? And as the clock ticks and time happens, you start to do that more, and you get fascinated by some of the things you say, and some of the things you think, and the choices you've made, and how you respond to things. It can be quite an experiment when you study yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fire sign. So, a little hot-headed sometimes. But
Flamethrower, or
no, it comes in handy when you have to use it. That kind of energy in a role like Tommy. Tommy he had a short fuse and he was a cannon.
so you're not working hard to express any restraint right now during this broadcast, are you?
No.
Are you?
I'm not.
Are your legs handcuffed to the chair?
Well, actually, we're in Florida, so you got to wear shorts. So
You got.
you got to wear shorts.
Nobody knows if I'm wearing them either.
Well,
when you're seated.
Well, when you're seated, no one knows. Yeah. So yeah. No, I mean, just a lot of energy, and that's what this also feels like. This. Yep, Aries too. Yeah, this Chiron return is my twin aunts who are watching, Debbie and Diana. They're also Aries. We have a lot of Aries in the family.
Yeah,
and also my niece as well. She's also an Aries. But no, we have we just have a sort of a new feeling about what we can do, about the possibilities. When you go to a new place, you've got to bring new ideas with you, and also let what's happening around you influence you.
See, before the world probably was dictating more of what you were doing and what you had to do and how you had to do it and things of that nature. And now you get to do that. You get to pick and choose, and you can be selective, and with, loving family around, you can say, I think I'm going to get involved in that project. No, I don't think that one, but I'm going to try to. And now you've reached a point where, through all of the work and everything done, the blood, sweat, and tears, where now you can breathe and be more selective and do things that are even more, not that anything before wasn't, because it was, but even have even more impact and really speak to who you are, who, not just what the role is, but who Devin is.
Yeah, very much so. You're very intuitive, Jim. Darn
I've
you,
been told
Jim.
that. I've been told higher consciousness. Your wife will love this. Higher consciousness, intuitive, and high level empath.
Yeah.
All for one low price.
$5, right? You said $5.
In Atlantic City.
Yeah. Oh boy. But so it feels like the journey has become under my control again. Like, as you know, in this industry, you can be pulled along and let yourself be, because heck, it's a lot easier than fighting it.
Because you think you have to, right? If you don't, then nothing will go anywhere, right? But then you realize, if you're lucky, if you're blessed and lucky, and if you recognize the gift of having the opportunity to sort of create your own thing.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing. Not everybody gets that chance or
Yeah, man,
recognizes it.
totally.
Everybody recognizes it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It really, that's, I'm thinking that for the first time. You made me open my eyes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's true.
That's it. The lighting changed
Yeah.
too. Now we actually see you. Remember, it was dark
You
at the
see me?
beginning. Something happened.
Well, you know what? It's because the sun set.
Yeah.
And the sun is so bright in Florida, and this house is so has so much natural light in it that as the sun was setting, dusk, it sort of got a little gloomy.
So what is on the Devin May bucket list, or is there no bucket list? You just, as it happens, it happens. Not everybody does the bucket list thing.
We actually call it bouquet.
Hyacinth. Yes. Keeping up with appearances.
Very good. Very
On
good.
television, PBS. That's right.
I love it.
It's the bouquet residence.
Right. Bucket residence. It's bouquet. I love that. My friend Bill introduced me to that show, actually.
It's hilarious, isn't it? Patricia
I love
Rutledge, and they really,
Yeah.
And there are people like that.
Oh, I know. Bucket list, skydiving. I want to try skydiving. Gosh, bucket list. I mean, I've been so lucky. I've been able to do so many things.
Is there a dream role?
I've always wanted to play Sweeney Todd. Always. Bat Boy was a dream role that I didn't know was a dream. Tommy DeVito was a dream role. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Been very lucky. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, Sweeney Todd has been something that I've always wanted to, a show that I always wanted to do. And it was sort of like one of my first professional jobs that I ever got hired for was Sweeney Todd. And it was going to be at the Old Town Theater in Old Town, San Diego. And I was going to be the tenor, and Teeny Sweeney, they called it. It was a small cut down version, but lots of fun. Like, I think about a 4-month run, and I guess something didn't come together. And ever since then, I've always felt like it's sort of my unrequited love, being able to actually do the show. It's an experience that I didn't get that I guess I want to do. So that's on my bucket list. I love that show. I've actually gotten to perform for Sondheim, auditioned for him when I auditioned for Assassins back in 2000. So that was really neat to get to meet him, even briefly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's on my bucket list. I mean, I guess we want to have a little girl. We want to have another child. We want to have a little baby girl, if we can. Would be wonderful. But we just want to have another child. And when Mac gets just a little bit older, we'll be able to start that again. Bucket list. Well, I want to get my pilot's license. I've been thinking about that. Now that we're in Florida, there's a flight school down the friggin' street.
Yes, there is.
So that's something that I'll be doing as well. And actually revitalizing my photography. I just recently did a photo shoot with my cousin. She's about to have her second child. And I remember just how much fun it was just to create on the fly and then find that photograph that just speaks to you. And it's so much different than performing. It's so much different than performing on stage, doing live performance. Because if you were to say, hey, you see me last night? Wasn't I great? Boy, I did a show. People are like, what a jerk. But when you say, look at this photograph, I love it. And people would say, oh, yeah, I see this and that. And it's tangible. Not that performance isn't tangible, but that's the magic, is that it's gone. It's there and it's gone.
That's it.
And it will never be the same. So, yeah, I feel after coming from a place of feeling a deficit, being in New York and feeling a real deficit of so many different things, and you know, compared to what I'd had, you know, previously. You know, all the connections and all the people that wanted to, you know, see you perform and be able to perform and exchange energy with you on stage. And so
Go to a
like I
diner
really
at midnight.
Yeah. Feeling like really had a deficit of energy exchange. You know, it's coming down here and being re-energized, being revitalized.
Which is a beautiful thing when it happens.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You took that opportunity. So
Yeah,
what
and
are
that's the thing. That's
yeah,
the thing. Take
the
the
opportunity.
everyone.
Take the opportunity. Because I think we've all been given an opportunity during all of this. And
yeah.
You know, when you look at the work you've done thus far, how does it make you feel? I mean, you've done some really extraordinary things thus far, Devin.
You know, great. Actually, I'm watching. I don't really have a tendency to watch myself.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. You know, because Kate will bring up a clip and like, look, a clip. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Swipe
Next.
left. Is it swipe left or is it swipe right? Which is the one where you accept?
Right. Yeah, you are. Well, now everybody just goes up. The cell phones just go.
Oh well. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's I'm watching some of the stuff that I've done. Watching the Bat Boy stuff, which is fun. You know, if you get a chance, anyone that's in New York, you get a chance to go to Lincoln Center and watch some of their shows that they have in archive there. Bat Boy's there. We got filmed, and as far as I actually gotten a chance to see it since they actually did it, and I saw it on the monitors backstage. But when they cut it together, I mean, it's a beautiful piece. It should be released as a movie, but but I enjoy watching it, and I feel good. And like I said, you know, I feel like a whole new me after 50. It's weird. It really is weird. You'll see someday, Jim. You'll see.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. Well, somebody that did see it, and I believe saw it twice, has been joining us, and he sends you his best. George Burns. He saw 50
Burns.
Twice. He made it to 100.
That's right.
Cigar and all.
Yeah, that's great.
He greets you and he says hello.
Hello. Actually, my cousin's daughter's name is Grace. Gracie.
See?
Yeah.
There's something there. There's something to it.
You know, what
George
a career. George Burns, what an interesting man. Watching some of his earlier work in film. What a charismatic, just.
He really was. Yeah, he really was.
Amazing. Because when I was a kid, you know, and Oh God came out, I was like, or the Sunshine Boys or whatever the movie was on. And I was like, who is this old guy? And like, oh, this guy's great. You know, you love him. And I was like, but, you know, I didn't know. And we didn't have access to all the media that we have access to now. We didn't have the opportunity to just, and then watch a clip.
And then there it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, this was really awesome. You know, we've chatted for 2 hours.
What? We're done? What?
Well, you were going to do a song and dance. Weren't you going to do a little song, a soft shoe or something for us? Or
yeah, I was going to.
We'll leave that for next time. We'll leave that for next time when he's in his tuxedo.
I was gonna.
Probably.
You said, don't worry about it. You said you wouldn't bring it up. No. I would come back in a heartbeat. This is
Did you enjoy yourself? I hope the show met whatever expectations you had and you enjoyed yourself.
I didn't have any expectations. That's something that I learned a long time ago, is to leave your expectations at the door. You don't have as much fun if you expect something to happen. It's better to let things happen and
That's
enjoy.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean,
well, I certainly hope you enjoyed yourself, enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you.
I have enjoyed my time with you, and Jim, you are a calming, intuitive force, and I understand why you are Mr. Levity.
Somebody Jimmy Roberts, the wonderful, prolific composer, had somebody write into him after he was a guest on the show, and I think it was on his Facebook page. And she said, "Oh, I loved, the conversation that you had with Jim Masters. It was fantastic, and the whole thing." She goes, "You know what Jim is?" And it's the first time I've ever heard this description, and I'll take it because I guess it's pretty good. She goes, "Jim is a Mr. Rogers for adults."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally.
I'll take it.
Just next time, walk in, change your sweater.
Change the sweater, exactly, and the tennis shoes. Amy
Right.
says, "Thanks for coming to Lovely Hall. Come again." And Kathy in Cleveland, Devin, thank you for such a pleasurable evening. And
Thank you, Kathy.
Wozniak,
It's
this has been an
wonderful.
awesome evening. Thank you for sharing with us. Wishing you the very best in all your endeavors. And
Thank
we're
you.
glad all of our lovelies enjoyed the show that we put together here. Kathleen Walker, stay safe. Devin, thanks for being here with us. She's in New York City.
What a
and
lovely
Queens.
smile Kathleen has. Yeah.
Yes, doesn't she?
Wonderful.
She's in Queens, New York. You remember Queens, right?
Yes.
She's in
Oh, yes. That's
Queens.
where our child was born, in Queens.
In Queens. See? Juanita says, great conversation. Thanks, Devin, for spending time with us, sharing your stories. Good luck with your new endeavors. That's Juanita in South
you.
Africa. Maureen, we're international
there.
audience.
I was in South Africa in 2000. Very interesting, very beautiful country.
It really is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Amby
vast,
says,
huge.
it is. I know. Makes Florida look small. I know. This has been so much fun to watch. Thank you both so much. Amby, thank you very much. We'll be here tomorrow. We have 2 shows tomorrow and 2 on Sunday. June says, this was so much fun. Absolutely, June. Love you back. You're always welcome at Lovely Hall, Devin. That is Denise. Maureen says, thank you for spending time with us this evening. May God continue to bless you and your sweet family. Keep on keeping on as your star continues to shine. Love that. And Rhonda Murphy, one of our regular lovelies, says, I loved it. Night, night, guys. Thank you. Awesome guys. Our pleasure, Rhonda Murphy. Mary Bishop, who's in Florida, down in Pine Island, Florida. Great meeting you, Devin. Take care. And Merlin says, certainly love meeting you, Devin. Good stuff. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Thanks,
wonderful.
lovelies. We appreciate that. I appreciate that. You go stretch those legs. I hope you had dinner already.
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, we should have sent you the memo. Make sure you have dinner.
That's okay.
Amby says you have the most charming smile, Devin.
Oh, thank you.
What? Good way to leave it, right? Good way to leave it. Like I said, this is Yelp reversed. The show. This is the
totally,
opposite
right?
of Yelp.
That's fine.
It was a pleasure, my friend. Let's stay in
Thank
touch, and hopefully we'll get together, either in Florida when we come to visit, or if you're back up north in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, tri-state area. And
we'll be coming back up. We have lots of friends that we need to go visit now that we can.
Now that you can. That's right. Absolutely. It was the best, my friend. And thanks for all the time. I can't believe 2 hours. It went by in a New York minute, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Maureen says she wants a Tommy quote before you leave.
A Tommy quote. Whew, let's see. Boy, it's been a couple of years since I did that show. Gosh. Spot. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Let me think of one of the lines. That's there. Geez,
Even that sound would have been good.
That's a kind of a Tommy.
I'm sure he did that when he got frustrated.
What did Tommy? Devin. He said, "You do me better than I do me," and that was Tommy saying it to me. You do me better than I do me, but Christian does me in New York. And I was like, Tommy, stop. No one needs to know that. That's not for the show, but that's just from my head.
But that was very good. Marilyn says, great to see you, cuz. Hearts,
Cuz.
smiles, and love to the family from Marilyn. Good to see Marilyn. Anybody watching for the first time, we're here 7 days a week live 400 episodes. We've been doing this almost a year now, 7 days a week, and I balance it with my professional work, which was it's been a blessing too. It's been really, really cool. And everybody, we welcome you to join us again on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the notification bell. We would love that. Perfect. Thank you, Devin. So you got that Tommy in there. Maureen can sleep easy tonight in Arizona.
And if anybody comes down Florida way and they need a place to live, you can call me. Right? I'm saying, call me.
You know
That's a little
where
Tommy right there too.
Yeah, that's a little. He's got a deal for you.
Amen. Yeah.
That's it. All right, my friend. Right. Thanks for joining us. Cheers. This was really cool. It was a great conversation. We thoroughly enjoyed it. And thanks for sharing, going back in time at some of the incredible productions you've been involved in and sharing a little bit more about your life. I think this was cool about this show is we get a chance to learn a little bit more about the people that sometimes, viewers see, but don't know much about in terms of who they really are and what their real passions are, or what makes them tick. And I think they got a little sample of that tonight, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you, Jim. All right, I'm going to give my boy a bath. See you later.
Give your boy a bath. Ooh.
Hey,
all right. I was going to say, we will not take the cameras into the other room, folks.
No.
That's a different show. All right. Take care, and we will chat soon. Thanks again. It was a pleasure having you with us, Devin.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Devin May joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live, JMS Live, and Maureen with her smiles here as well. Gang, this was terrific. Thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure. Good night, Jim and everyone. It was great seeing all of you too, and I hope you had a good time. Every show we do something different. We always have a good time on our shows. And again, we thank Devin for joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. There he is. Thank him for joining us, and we had a good time tonight. I want to let you know tomorrow at 3 p.m., we have a very special guest, also from Florida, originally from New York, lives in Florida at the Hermitage Artist Retreat, which is this incredible place in South Florida where artists and writers and so many others go. It's a really incredible place. We're going to learn about the Hermitage Artist Retreat tomorrow with Andy Samberg. He is the CEO and artistic director. That is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Then tomorrow night, we have Emmy-nominated actress live from Hollywood, Lee Purcell, joining us. She's incredible. She's been in so many television shows and films and stage productions and more. She's with us Saturday night. That's going to be absolutely amazing. We're looking forward to that. Then on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have Ryan Kelly making his return visit to the Jim Masters Show Live. Ryan Kelly, of course, you know, from that very popular Irish group, Celtic Thunder, as well as Vernon Kelly. He's going to be live from Ireland. He returns. Then legendary comedian and producer and actress Judy Tenuta is joining us on Sunday night. That is live on Sunday. So we've got two shows. We've got Andy at 3 p.m. tomorrow, followed by Lee Purcell at 7 p.m. Then on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Ryan Kelly. Sunday night, legendary comedian Judy Tenuta is going to be with us. So a busy, busy weekend. Then on Monday, Angela Beccari, legendary singer Angela Beccari, is going to be with us, along with another incredible singer, both together teaming up. Nicholas King is going to be with us as well. He's very popular. So Angela Beccari and Nicholas King are going to be with us Monday live, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Then we have actor and playwright Grant McDermott, who's going to be with us on Tuesday, which is going to be really fantastic. Then we have Grammy-nominated composer Lindsey Jones, who's going to be with us next week as well. Then we have mentalist and magician Michael Lee, who's going to be joining us, as well as author Calvin Fisher, who wrote an extraordinary book we're going to tell you about. That's coming up next week as well. Next weekend, the High Kings, live from Ireland, are going to be here as well, which is going to be really exciting. I know a lot of you are excited about that. Coming up in just a few short weeks, Nathan Pacheco is joining us as well, a brilliant singer and songwriter. He's had public television specials and more. Lisa Kelly, originally with Celtic Woman, has a fabulous vocal academy. Wonderful Irish soprano going to be with us. Tennis star and ESPN's tennis commentator Patrick McEnroe is going to be joining us, brother of John McEnroe. He's going to be joining us here on the Jim Masters Show Live as well, which you can see daily here on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. And if you've missed any of the episodes, well, all you have to do is binge watch right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. All 400 plus episodes are available for your enjoyment. All those episodes of JMS Live with amazing guests, inspiring conversation on location segments. Sometimes I've done some host viewer lovety pop-up shows where it's just me and our fabulous viewers chatting. We've done food shows and Valentine's Day special episodes and St. Patrick's Day episodes and a whole host of cool things on JMS Live. Tell all your friends about our show. Spread the word about the Jim Masters Show Live as we continue to grow by leaps and bounds, coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, which is what you're watching right now. Just click that red subscribe button. We would love it. Click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the incredible episodes and the content and some surprises that we also do here on the show. And tell all your friends. That's right. Share the lovity. Tell them about the Jim Masters Show Live. You can also find me on Facebook at Jim Masters TV, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and Periscope at Jim Masters TV as well. And we also have a Facebook group for the Jim Masters Show Live. That's right. You can find us, JMS Live, Lovity Hall. That's right. The new Facebook group that we have is, and it's very active. You guys, Lovities, are posting every day, which is really cool. And I pop in and say hello and connect with you guys as well. That Facebook group for the Jim Masters Show Live is JMS Live Lovity Hall. Check it out. It's on Facebook. Everybody is welcome. This is where we're bringing back the lost art of conversation on the Jim Masters Show Live. So a busy weekend. Boy, 2 shows tomorrow, 2 shows Sunday. Post-vaccine. Second dose in the can, good to go. And now I think we wait 2 weeks and then we're fully protected, which is great. So we got our vaccines, doing well. Again, we took yesterday off and the day before just to chill out and relax because you have to rest. We'll be going to bed probably not far after this show anyway, just to rest up some more, especially considering we have really double lovity tomorrow and double lovity on Sunday with all the shows and all the preparation and all the content and everything that we're, putting together. Don't forget to smile, everybody. We tell you to do that all the time. Also, don't forget to share the lovity. I tell you, this year with pandemics and everything else has told us we need to share the lovity because life is short and life is precious. It doesn't matter where you live and who you are and what your zip code is and income, height, weight, gender, political views, religious views, doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome here at the Jim Masters Show Live. We talked a lot about the ocean with Devin originally from the West Coast, now living on the East Coast in Florida. And me from the East Coast as well, here in the Northeast, and how much we both love the ocean. The ocean is my go-to place as well. We're a couple of blocks from it here. Blessed to have the ocean close by. It's a Zen place for sure. Find your Zen place, whatever that may be. My ultimate is with loving family and friends. And then, of course, my work in television and radio and stage throughout the years. Is another Zen place. And if you get a chance to do what you love and love what you do, just like Devin does, and now he's taking on real estate as well, that is a really, really cool thing. So again, find your bliss and live it because life is short, and share it with the world, gang. Share it with the world. And as we always say on the Jim Masters Show Live, don't forget to relax. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe from the diaphragm. It's really important to do that. You get a full, good breath and you feel like $1,000,000. And love one another. And don't forget to love yourself. It's important. Don't let anybody get you down. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not worthy or that you can't do it. Just go out there and do it. We talked a lot about that with Devin tonight anyway. He's taking some risks and going out and doing it for himself and his family. It's cool. So do it. Go do it and relax. Take time to relax. We've been doing that the last 2 days post-COVID vaccines, and it's been really cool. And always good to see you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, with Andy Sandberg, CEO and Artistic Director of the incredible Hermitage Artist Retreat. Beautiful place in Florida. We're going to show it to you, and he's all excited to be here. And then tomorrow night, Lee Purcell at 7 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, Hollywood veteran television, film, and stage actress. Ryan Kelly at 2 on Sunday. And then Judy Tenuta, we're going to have a lot of laughs with her on Sunday night. That is cool. Good stuff, gang. We're going to wrap up. We toast all of you. We've done it already, but we'll do it again. Thanks for joining us, everybody, whether you're a regular viewer of our show who's been following along ever since we started almost a year ago, 400 episodes ago, or you just joined us tonight. We're going to rest up. We still need to rest up a little bit, so we're going to do that. We're going to save the voice, and we're going to chill out and relax and get ready for a busy weekend. Willie's still here. She didn't go to bed. Willie is here. She's toasting. Like those flowers you have there too in your YouTube profile photo there. I know I'm looking this way and you're like, why is he looking over there? Because it's really over there on your screen. It's reversed. And Christine Clifton says, thanks for a wonderful show, Jim. Good night, Jim and Lovities, friends. Glad you're feeling okay, Jim. See you all tomorrow for double Lovity. Yeah, yesterday it was sort of in waves a little bit. Exhaustion, you get sort of achy a little bit yesterday and the day before, but more the second day. But nothing, it was versus getting COVID. I'll take that any day, right? Not getting COVID, I'll take the vaccine and then take some aches and exhaustion and then be back, Night all, June, XOXO. And a big weekend for you, my friend. And Rhonda's here. Rhonda is so excited that she can comment. She's been watching on YouTube and she's been frustrated because she hasn't been able to comment. And Rhonda is here and she's now part of the whole thing. She's always been with us for a long time, but good night, Lovities. You too, Rhonda. We're so happy that you're here. And those are tulips and they look beautiful from Holland. Marilyn says, thanks, Jim. My pleasure, Marilyn. I hope you'll join us regularly on the Jim Master Show Live, and tell all your friends. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell all your friends. Marilyn says, thanks, Jim. And Juanita says, mentalist and magician. Woo. Yep, that's coming up this week. Michael Lee's going to be here. Maureen said, Jim, I'm so glad you got through your second shot with little side effects. Get some rest. It's going to be a busy weekend in Lovity Hall. Group hug to all Lovities everywhere. You got that. And until tomorrow, Jim, relax. That's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to relax. And Kathy Short says, looking forward to a wonderful star-studded weekend. Thanks, Jim. Enjoy the rest of your evening. My pleasure, Kathy. Thumbs up and smiles from Marilyn. Woohoo, Ryan Kelly on Sunday, Amy. Great show as always, Jim. Good night, everyone. You too, Juanita in South Africa. And Wozniak, good night, Jim and everyone. You too. And smiles from Maureen. And great show, Jim, from Amy. Thank you very much. And Merlin says, what a great show tonight. Thank you, Merlin in Canada. And Mary Bishop, good night, everyone. Take care. You as well. Kathleen Walker, great show. Have a great night. Sleep well. And all the emojis there. And good night, all. And you've had a crazy week with the rainouts and everything with the New York Mets, right, Kathleen? Probably getting frustrated. Am I going to work today? Am I not going to work today? What's going on? I go and then they get rained out. And hopefully we will make it there soon and catch a game and see you as well. Thanks for a great show, Jim. This was my first time tuning in and I had a fun time. Ambi, thank you very much. You can see 400 episodes of our series with amazing guests. We're here just about every day live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Sometimes we do early shows, like we have 2 shows tomorrow. So we have some early shows to accommodate our guests and spread the word. Hopefully you'll be back. We would love to have you back. And just continue, gang. You guys are the best. Thanks for all the text messages, the Instagram messages, the Twitter messages, the emails. I have a ton of emails I have to respond to. Love them all. Thank you very much. And you guys mean the world. You are amazing people. And keep telling everybody about the Jim Master Show Live. JMS Live is here to entertain, inspire, have a good time with all of you. The main relationship is the one that I have with you and you with me. And then we bring on guests and we do other fun segments. And that just adds icing on the cake here on JMS Live. So glad it worked out for you. To comment, Rhonda, I agree. Lovely to you. This is a beautiful, fantastic group of lovelies. Yes, Christine, I agree. I'm glad that that Rhonda can actually comment now. Claudia Bartow is here. Good night, Jim and everyone else. I'll try to tune in tomorrow. More of the shows. Thank you, Claudia. We appreciate that. It's wonderful to have you here on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV. Willie says tomorrow is her 300th episode of the Jim Masters Show live. Wow, 300 episodes. You've watched either live or I know sometimes when you're tired, because it is very late in the Netherlands, she watches in Holland where it's, late. She'll watch on our YouTube channel and then she'll comment on the YouTube channel, Jim, I watched. So if she doesn't watch live because she's exhausted because it's 2:00 in the morning in Holland, she will watch later on, on our YouTube channel. If you ever miss any of the episodes, you can see them all on our YouTube channel. We love our Jim. Love you back, Amy, and everybody watching. You guys are the absolute best. True lovelies here on JMS Live. You all have a good night, okay? You take care of yourselves. We shall see you tomorrow. We will be here 3 p.m., then 7 p.m., 2 guests, and then 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Sunday. So we're going to go to bed now, I think. We'll have a glass of something and then, I don't know, juice or something, and then we will watch a little TV and we're going to hit the hay. Right back at you, Kathleen. Right back at you, my friend. All right, gang, love you all. You have a good night. Thanks again to Devin May for joining us. He's a cool cat. Loved having him here. He is Bat Boy. And of course, he was in Jersey Boys as well. If you missed any of this, you can see it back. We had some great clips that we showed as well. And there he is with his loving family and his child. And of course, there's when he was in Jersey Boys as well in Vegas. And it was cool to have him on the show. And always cool to have you guys here as well. So we're going to say ciao. See you later. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Goodbye. See you later. Some of you, I know I say good night, but sometimes when you watch this, it's in the morning. It's in the afternoon if you watch later. So we won't say goodbye. We will just say see you later. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. And hearts right back here to Claudio Bartow. So nice to see you here. I know you've been on my Facebook page at Jim Masters TV for years. Nice to see you here on YouTube as well, Claudia. All right, gang, you have a good night, okay? Now we're going to relax. I can feel it kicking in a little bit. Now it's like, okay, Jim, wrap it. The adrenaline is sort of like, post-COVID vaccine. It's sort of like, okay, you did good. Now wrap it. So we're going to. All right, a little self-talk there. We will see you soon, gang. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? You have a good night. Love you all. Here comes the close. I know Jennifer Barry loves the close music. She dances in her kitchen and wiggles. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Have a good night. Thanks for joining us on JSM Live or JMS Live. What is it? JMS Live, Jim Masters Show Live. Uh-oh, time for bed. See you guys later. Have a good night. You're the best. Bye-bye. On JMS Live.